Hi everybody, this is the website boy again with tutorial number 9, and today we're going to be talking about prompts. The prompt function in JavaScript is awesome. All right, you can get values from customers. You can actually display messages when you get values from them. I mean, it's pretty cool. You're going to love this tutorial, right? So pay close attention. For those of you out there that want to navigate my courses, this is how you do it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already. Don't miss out, right? The website boy is the best providing these tutorials, all right? I love you guys and I'm doing my best for you, right? So keep that in mind. Now, for those of you that want to do everything like me, this is how you do it. Install Sublime Text. That's what the editor that I use, and the Emmet plugin also, just to write my code a little faster, right? I just like to do things faster. For those of you that want to do everything free forever, basically Notepad++ is still free for Windows. It's been free for a long time. And Text Wrangler is also free for Macs. Now, keep in mind that Sublime Text is a paid code editor. You have to pay for it, like $79 or $100, I don't know. Now, you could try it for 30 days. So if you want to try it, you're starting this series, you can try it, and for 30 days, no charge. For those of you out there that see this thumbs up, please click it if you like my videos. I really appreciate it. It keeps me motivated making more of these videos. And those of you that want to download the exercise files, you can go ahead and go to my website, download them, and you can also watch the tutorials there if you want. All right. I just wanted to, let you know. Those of you that like my videos, thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys rock, all right? And you guys are everything for me here online, so I really appreciate it. Let's go ahead and start doing these prompts functions in JavaScript. All right, so let's go ahead and start using prompts, which is a built-in function in JavaScript that grabs a value from the screen, all right, from the browser. So let me just go ahead and open up this file. I'm going to do things a little different now. Let's go ahead and open up our code editor first. So the first thing that you should be doing, opening your code editor right here. I'm going to drag that JavaScript in there. I'm going to use it from here, okay? So then I'm going to grab that blank.html. I'm going to do a save as. So you open up that blank.html in your code editor and you do a save as. And we're going to call this prompts. All right, save it. And now here, I'm going to open in browser, right click and open in browser. What I want to do in here is I want to create a prompt function in JavaScript, and I'm going to show you what that is in a moment. If you refresh here, you get a box, and that has a text input here that you can just put values in there. What this prompt is supposed to do is grab the value and save it in a variable. But if you don't put a variable, it won't do that. You need to actually declare a variable before you do that. So we're going to declare a variable called question. We can declare any name that we want, but this is gonna just be question. We're gonna assign it this function. And now if I refresh and type in a value here, it's going to save it into this variable. Now I can also use a string here to actually ask the question, what is your name? And if I refresh, the text is right there. All right, so we are going to be doing that. Let me go ahead and show you that the value is actually in this variable. So I'm going to, when the user types in this value in here, I'm going to print it out in the screen again and show it to you. So let's go back to it, refresh. I'm going to type, my name is the website boy, right? Website boy, okay, and then you get the website boy value back with that learn function. All right, now there is another way of doing this. Very simple. You just type in, you declare the variable, and you inside the variable you put your, you can grab this whole thing, your string. You can actually do the, before I go to the next, before I go to this one here, let me just show you something before I go to the jump into the next step. If I do this here, I can also include a default value in here. Let me just show you that. Almost forgot. So we do that by applying a second string, and I'm going to put a value in there. And if I refresh, you can see that I put that default value in there automatically. If the user clicks cancel, it will apply a no value, meaning it's not in there. And if they click OK, it will assign this variable this value into this variable. Right, so now that we have that clear, so I have this variable called question and I have this variable called answered, and the answer would be TWB. And if I prompt the user, for example, default answer, I'm sorry, I knew something looked weird, default answer. So if I, now all I have to do is define another variable and assign it a prompt function. And inside this function, I don't have to write strings anymore. I can just use these variables. So question, and then we actually use a comma here, right? Don't confuse it with a concatenation or addition operator. You don't have to do that here. Default answer, and then if I go and refresh, we get the same thing again. All right. Another thing before you go, that I want to show you is that if you're asking the user for a number, for example, number calculation, let's just write a calculation function, um, prompt. So you ask what is 2 plus 2. Now the cool thing about JavaScript is, even though when you go ahead and do this, you always get a string back. Always. You always get a string back. It doesn't matter what you write on. You always gonna get a string back when you get a value from that function. So if I write that and I come and write, sorry guys, I have a window popping up in my other monitor. And if I write something like cow2, for example, and I assign it a calculation variable, I want to assign like a different number to it, like number 4. So okay, let me explain to you. Very simple. So if I ask the user, let me just comment all this out. So a pop-up window is gonna go on the screen right now, and it's gonna say what is 2 plus 2. If the user types in 4, when we get that value, we're gonna get in this calculation, right? We're gonna get that value 4, and then it's supposed to, what we're doing here is that we're using another variable and we are adding calculation, which is the user's value, to number 4. So it's supposed to add whatever value it is to this function here, to this variable. All right, and then we get something back, right? We get cow back, cow2. So let's go ahead and do that. Refresh, and I said, what's 2 plus 2? 4, of course. And then I press OK, then I get 44. And then you might be wondering, what in the world did just happen? Right? Well, we are not, we actually, what happened is that this turned into, JavaScript is smart enough to know that you're trying to add something inside here. So JavaScript went ahead and added these two numbers, 2 plus 2, in there. So if I go ahead and do this, all right, we should get something like 12 plus this is 4. We should get 124. All right, so for example, what's 6 plus 6? If I say 12 and I press OK, we get 124. What JavaScript is doing is adding these two together. And let me show you again. Adding these two together and putting it together with the 4. So for example, if I go ahead and do 20 and press OK, it's adding my 20 with the 4 right here. So it's actually grabbing this, making the calculation, and it's not doing this calculation right here. It's actually concatenating this into a string. All right, so in order for JavaScript to actually do the math, we have to actually put something else in there, and I'm going to show you that later on. But we have to actually convert the numbers before we do the calculation. We have to convert that field into a number. before we do that, because right now it's a string. So I hope you understand that JavaScript is not going to do the calculation if you add the numbers later on, unless you do something else before, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a later tutorial. Anyway, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if this was helpful to you, please like the video, subscribe to the channel so you can get more by in your email, and remember to share it. All right, so I see you in the next video. Bye.